Speaking of How to Get Away with Murder, my guest this week is an actor, an activist, and just adorable human, Conrad Ricamora. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back and joining us this week. My guest, the world has fallen in love with him as Oliver on How to Get Away with Murder. I fell in love with him at an HRC event because he is an out activist and in love with his French bulldog, Wilbur. Please welcome to Out in Left Field, Conrad Ricamora.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello!
How are you?
I am fine. I just went through a breakup,
No!
but I am like on the up, and it's good to, I feel relieved to be out of it, and I feel excited about all the stuff that's happening this week with like...
Let's get into it. So you have a huge, first of all, if you're not watching How to Get Away with Murder, you're missing out on an incredible show. Period, the end. But you have a huge, basically it's called a winter, not finale, but special.
It's because it's not the season finale, but it's the winter finale, because then networks take a break to show like Christmas stuff, because How to Get Away with Murder is not really a Christmas type show.
It is for me. It's Christmas every Thursday.
Yeah.
So when we first met, you were moving to Los Angeles because you had just become a season regular.
Yes.
So you had, I don't want to say bit parts because they were huge, but you were a guest star in season 2, and they decided to make you a season regular in season 3. Tell me what it felt like to get that phone call.
Well, I've been in the show since the pilot.
Oh.
Like, I was just supposed to be a one-night stand, but Pete really liked what I was doing.
I'm sure Connor really liked what you were doing too.
Hopefully.
It was supposed to be a one-night stand.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't stay single.
Yeah, I know.
You were already a season regular
Pretty
before they
much.
made you a season regular.
Yeah, and I was commuting back and forth. I was flying from New York
wow.
because I was doing King and I on Broadway.
Right. I know there's a lot of people watching that are huge Conrad fans, not just Oliver fans. So you know that he's actually a Broadway-trained actor. You've been, you've accolades, a lot of them on Broadway. King and I, you've done other shows. You have an incredible voice.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely. And
I've worked on it for a really long time, so I hope it's good.
Meh. I mean, if you like Broadway, star voices, it's cool.
This last year, I went up to Seattle and did Here Lies Love, which started in New York, which is the David Byrne musical about Imelda Marcos, and so I got to do that during the hiatus. I have another project coming up that I just got cast in that hasn't been announced yet, so I can't really talk about it. I'm super excited about
how, like,
it.
actors are so also like high security clearance people in DC. They're like, I have an amazing job. I can't tell you. I'll have to kill you.
So many secrets. It's like crazy because we're not like really saving lives, but maybe
you are. You know what? Speaking of that, I would say that's kind of true in the sense you've been awarded the Visibility Award from the Human Rights Campaign.
Yeah.
You've been out in your career for a very long time. Tell me, I bet you there are emails that you get from people, letters that you get from young people that are like, thank you, HIV positive people, because your character is HIV positive in the show.
Yeah, it makes me emotional just thinking about it. But I do get, and I see all of your direct messages, and I don't always respond because it's a weird position to be into. But I see them and I read them and I hear your stories, and just know that someone is on the other end of those messages that you're saying. And a lot of people are messaging me that they're not in a safe area where they can talk about who they really are. And it really is an honor and a privilege and a responsibility that I now have, because I was one of those kids in a small town that couldn't be who he was. So to be that role model and that source of, oh, there's nothing wrong with me because I see myself in someone in the media is huge, something really, really important.
Conrad and I did an event for Equality California a few months ago, and it was such a beautiful moment. You were on the red carpet, we were taking pictures. Sharon Stone walks in, and she looks at you, and you, of course, were about to fangirl out.
And then all of a sudden, she's yelling across the carpet about, like, when is your show coming on? It's been too long, I can't wait anymore. And to think that Sharon freaking Stone is a fan of mine, it just makes me kind of like want to faint.
I don't see myself in my career as other people see me because I'm in it.
Yeah.
And so when Sharon Stone comes up and they're like, oh my God, you're like, what?
Yeah, because you're living in your skin. You're not seeing yourself from the outside. Even though I'm on a TV show, every single actor, I think, for the rest of their lives is always, what's going to be next?
Right.
I could be jobless at any moment. I'm not taking anything for granted. I don't take for granted that people know who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
What's next for you career-wise? I know you're working on the show. That's going to continue, but other projects?
There is also, we're having the LA premiere of this indie that I shot about 1.5 years ago in New York called The Light of the Moon. and it's getting accolades at film festivals. It won the Audience Choice Award at South by Southwest.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It got picked up for distribution, so now it's making its way to select theaters. But it's a really important story about sexual assault. It's a female director, writer, producer, lead.
That's amazing.
The DP. It's not exploitive. It doesn't exploit the victim. It tells the story of recovery after sexual assault.
That's
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Especially, God, the world we're living in with everything that's going on, people need to see it. So
yeah.
thank you for putting that art out into the world and being a part of such a great project.
I'm so proud to be a part of it.
I'm so happy to see you.
That's so
and I
good
can't wait to
see
see
you
you.
too.
I want to meet Wilbur, so we have to make a date.
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much for watching again this week. We're going to have another amazing guest next week. As always, I'm Dana Goldberg, and you have been watching Out in Left Field. Jesse, I know you're already going to tell me I have to fuck. That is